Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. Playoff baseball at its finest from Farmingdale State College. It's the NSCHSAA playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network, as today the St. Dominic'S Bayhawks take on the Chaminade Flyers. Today's game is sponsored by Catholic Health as well as Common Sense Baseball, Long Island Elite Baseball, and College Sports Advisors. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm John Perez. Chaminade comes into this game as the number 2 seed. They take on the St. Dominic'S Bayhawks as they'll roll out a lineup like so. It's Mikey Burns. He'll lead things off. Jordan Yanoa is the center fielder, batting second, with Matt Cruz in right field, batting third. Vinny Dioso is at first base, batting fourth, against John Carroll. And the first pitch is taken outside for ball 1 to Mikey Burns. Victor Frederick is the pitcher. Cole Cruz at second base. Danny Lambertson in left field bats seventh. Tom Garrett in the 8 hole is the catcher. And Lucian Sincere is in the 9 hole as they face John Carroll getting the start today. The southpaw for the Flyers. Second game of the day as this is hit on the ground to second. Easy play for Joe Chanis. Fires over to first to retire Burns for the first out of the ball game.
Number 21, Jordan Yanoa.
So that'll bring up Jordan Yanoa. Yanoa, the center fielder for the Bayhawks. Lefty-lefty matchup. And the curveball bends in for a strike. 0-1. Carroll, somebody who works quickly, the southpaw, misses outside. And the count 1-1 to Yanoa, the junior. Second leading hitter on the team besides Victor Frederick, who is the straw that stirs the drink. He's getting the start today on the mound as that pitch misses outside. And the count 2-1. You know, somebody who relies on his legs and not afraid to lay one down, but taking all the way, and the count is even at 2-2. You know, only a junior, and smacks this one out to center field. Michael Sweeney is there, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down to begin the day for Mr. Carroll, and that'll bring up Matt Cruz.
Matthew Cruz.
So here's Matt Cruz. His head coach, Joe Fusco, in his second year, says Cruz is an absolute stud and does everything the right way. He's a junior, and he'll head to Penn State after his career is done. Only a junior. And takes a fastball outside, 2-0. Cruz with the fastest bat speed on the team. Carves this one foul behind the plate, and the count is 2-1. Carroll working quickly and at his own pace, and the 2-1 misses outside. It's 3-1. Cruz tied for first in the league in hitting, and he takes upstairs, ball 4. And St. Dom's has a one-out base runner. Okay, and that'll bring up Vinny Dioso.
The first baseman, number 5, Vincent Dioso. 2 outs.
Dioso, the cleanup hitter and senior, all-league player a year ago. And Carroll, someone who is hard to run against and certainly a factor in Mike Pienko starting his southpaw. Fires upstairs, and the count is 2-0. That pitch misses downstairs, and it's 2-0 as second game of the day from Farmingdale State, and Matt Cruz with his good wheels leading off of first. The winner of this game takes on Holy Trinity tomorrow, and there's a balk. And that'll move Cruz over to second base. So an early opportunity for St. Dominic. Count 2-0, the pitch. That misses upstairs, and the count 3-0. Well, Chaminade, a team that many around the league called the version of the 1927 Yankees a year ago with 15 Division I athletes. It's been the opposite now for their pitching staff. They'll have to use 3 or 4 pitchers per game as Carroll pumps in a strike, and it's 3-1. Spoiled in game 1, a 1-0 victory for Holy Trinity. This is hit on the ground to the left side. Diving stop by Michael Cervoni. Fires to first in time. Nice play in the hole by Cervoni to retire Dioso for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Half an inning in the books. St. Dominic nothing. Chaminade coming to bat on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you, because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Bottom of the first inning, we're scoreless. St. Dominic and Chaminade here in the NSCHSAA playoffs as Victor Frederick heads to the mound. And he will face this lineup by the Chaminade Flyers, second in the league and earning the number 2 seed. Michael Sweeney will lead things off. He's the center fielder. Aiden Katzman in left field bats second. Evan Boschnagel and his 6 home runs are in the 3 hole. He's the right fielder. Matt Dieguez, the 2-sport athlete, is the shortstop batting 4th. Michael Cervoni, the 3rd baseman, bats 5th. With Matthew Brandt at first base batting 6th. Batting 7th is Sean Sweeney. He's the designated hitter. Joe Chanis is at second base batting 8th. And Thomas Chanis is behind the plate. He bats 9th. As Sweeney gets set to go, the Hofstra commit. I mentioned the amount of talent that Chaminade has had over the last few years, and Michael Sweeney staying close to home and playing in Uniondale after his time with the Flyers is up.
Leading off for Chaminade, the center fielder, number 5, Michael Sweeney.
So Victor Frederick getting the start on the mound. The junior from Huntington. Leading the league with an 0.50 ERA. As he'll deal to Michael Sweeney to start it off. Third-year varsity player and captain for the Chaminade Flyers, hitting .217 on the year. 2 extra base hits and 8 runs driven in. Frederick gets the sign, and he is ready to go. Here in the bottom of the first inning, and the first pitch taken low and inside 1-0. Mike Pienko saying that Sweeney is probably one of the most versatile players that he's ever had. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. Someone who can pitch, catch. They moved him to third base last year when Michael Cervoni was hurt. So athletic, and now he's manning the center field position. 1-1 pitch. Tapped right back to the mound. Frederick's got it. Slings it to first. And Sweeney's retired for the first out of Frederick's afternoon. Let's meet the defense for St. Dominic. Left to right in the outfield, it's Dan Lambertson with Jordan Yanoa in center field. Matt Cruz in right field. Vinny Dioso, the first baseman. Cole Cruz at second base. Mikey Burns is the shortstop. Lucian Sincere is at third base. And Tom Garrett behind the plate. As this brings up Aiden Katzman. And Katzman takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Katzman, someone who was given an opportunity last year because of some injuries. 0-1 on the outside corner again. And Frederick ahead, 0-2. Vinny Rowland broke his foot going into the final against Kellenberg last year. So Katzman was inserted in that role and helped Chaminade win in 3 games. This is popped behind the plate. Garrett sheds the mask. And he'll run out of room, and a nice catch by a Chaminade fan behind the plate.
All the foul balls that go into the stands or out of play are returned to the dugouts. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
So Frederick ahead, 0-2 on Katzman. The senior hitting .340 on the year with 4 extra base hits and 6 RBIs. And now time called at the plate. Oh, 2 coming. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Frederick can dial it up. Picks up his first strikeout of the afternoon. Someone who sits between 91 and 93 miles an hour. Yeah, this will bring up Evan Boschnagel, and this will be the fun matchup to watch today. Boschnagel has torn the cover off the ball this year. 6 home runs, 18 RBIs. He's hitting .388. And takes up and in. Count 1-0. Boschnagel will be playing baseball at Maine. A .900 on-base percentage. As he's ahead in the count, 1-0. Infield with a huge overshift. As Boschnagel takes low for ball 2. Frederick, somebody who works quick. Has a say in his own game and now getting the sign that he wants. 2-0 pitch. Low and away. And nothing close for Boschnagel to swing at. And you'd have to imagine he's got the green light, should he choose. Boschnagel crowds the plate. That front foot, it's the on the line of the batter's box. 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Mike Pienko says that someone who you could see the potential last year and has just continued to do well this year. Slap to the right side, and the count is 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're scoreless. Bottom of the first inning. St. Dominic and Chaminade. NSCHSAA baseball playoffs. Second baseman Cruz goes back to his regular position as the 3-2 is sprayed foul down the right field line. And Boschnagel, a tough strikeout, not going down easily.
Please make sure that ball is returned as well to the dugout.
Outfield playing deep against Boschnagel. Really have to get a hold of one, hit one to the power alleys. Here's the payoff pitch. Curveball upstairs, ball 4. So credit to Frederick, who fell behind 3-0. Boschnagel made it 3-2, but ultimately loses the battle, and this brings up Matt Dieguez, the shortstop. Dieguez hitting .444 on the year. He'll be a Fordham Ram after he graduates. Played first base a year ago. Attacks the first pitch, hits it on the ground on the left side. Mikey Burns goes the short way to Cole Cruz to retire Boschnagel for out number 3. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 1 inning complete, we're scoreless. Bayhawks and Flyers on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
John Carroll back out on the mound for the Flyers as he'll deal to 5-6-7, due up in the St. Dom's order. It's Victor Frederick, Cole Cruz, and Dan Lambertson right here at Farmingdale State College. And of course, if you're new to Varsity Media and you don't want to miss any updates, we'll be live tomorrow as well for both games. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/varsitymedia and on our social media channels as well, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So this brings up Victor Frederick, the junior from Huntington. As the first pitch from Carroll paints the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Carroll working quickly, as both pitchers do, which is great to see, and you can see the momentum too that they have, and only pour in a ton of strikes. 1-1 pitch. That misses just outside. It's 2-1. Frederick hits a tapper just over the glove of Carroll. Dieguez charges, fires to first in time. Gotta love the athleticism of Matt Dieguez, who charges the ball as well as anybody and shows off that cannon of an arm for the first out. As we'll take another look, Dieguez, the two-sport athlete, also the starting quarterback on the football team, fires a strike for the first out of the second, and that brings up Cole Cruz. As Cruz takes low for ball 1. Cole hits it on the ground to third. Foul ball. But a nice play by Cervoni regardless. Cruz, the second baseman and a junior, moved to Long Island from Texas. He's been a 2-year starter now. Hit 300 a year ago, hitting 290 coming into today. Takes high and away, and it's 2-1. Top 10 in the league in doubles. Someone who provides power to the bottom third of the order. In the 6 hole today. Wind starts to pick up and blow in from left. 2-2. A little number foul off the foot of Cruz. And then we'll do it again. Two pitch, just missed outside, and count 3-2. Out of the arm of John Carroll, getting the start today. Someone who's been an elite reliever for the Flyers. Comes a 3-2. On the ground to short, another opportunity for Dieguez. 2 away.
The left fielder, number 4.
Just looking at the stats of Carroll. He's got 3 victories, but he's only pitched 7 innings, and someone who could come in a hot spot, and you'd love to eat up some innings today, and that's the plan for Pienkos. Have Carroll go as far as he can, and could turn it over to Tefano, Giacomo Travaglia, or even your ace in Brandt. 0-1. And the count 1-1. And Carroll heading the count 1-2. Blew a fastball by him. Carroll's somebody who won't blow anybody away with a fastball, but does a good job changing the speed on his pitches and keeping that same arm angle. His changeup is nasty as Lambertson calls time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, or scoreless. Top 2, the pitch. Wave and a miss. He got him. Went downstairs with the fastball. Picks up his first strikeout of the day. And we're through 1.5. Scoreless. Flyers and Bayhawks on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Be a part of the premier travel baseball program in Nassau County by joining Long Island Elite Travel Teams. Elite Baseball offers a reliable organizational structure with tiers of teams between 11 and 17 years old. Elite Baseball provides experienced and knowledgeable coaches that help players grow in a competitive, fair, and respectful environment. To sign up, text the number below at 516-900-2479 or email longislandelitebaseball@gmail.com.
And you're always working to get them to that level.
They're genuine. They really want what's best for your kid. And it's about giving your kid an advantage and access to as many resources as possible. And I feel like with CSA, they have the platform, they have the relationships. Again, it's all about having your kid's best interest in mind, and it's certain that's what they have here.
Back here at Farmingdale State College, been a beautiful day here on campus. As St. Dominic and Chaminade locking horns. Well, how did we get to this point? Here are the AA Rockville Center standings. St. Anthony's the top seed, losing to Holy Trinity. Chaminade right behind them. And just look at how close 1 through 5 was. It was really a game-and-a-half difference between those teams, and St. Anthony's with their big victory at the end of the season to clinch the top spot. Chaminade, St. Dominic'S, and Kellenberg rounding it out. With Holy Trinity, the 5 seed, moving on to the winner's bracket. They'll face the winner of this game tomorrow. Michael Cervoni leads things off for the Flyers, the third baseman. 5-6-7 due up for Chaminade. against Victor Frederick, who had a strikeout, a walk, and a couple of groundouts in the bottom of the first. And pours a fastball low, 1-0. Cervoni, the third baseman, brought up as a sophomore last year, one of the rare call-ups for Mike Piancos. 1-0 jammed into the foot, and the count is 1-1. But it was because of Cervoni's glove that Chaminade called him up, someone that you could bring in late in game situations and shore up the defense. Get as many outs as you can as Chaminade on their way to Catholic League title. Tapper right back to the mound. Frederick lobs to first. Cervoni sat down for the first out, and that'll bring up Matt Brandt. So here's Matt Brandt. Two-way star for the Flyers. Attacks the first pitch, hits it on the ground to the right side, off the glove of the diving Dioso. Cruz doesn't have a play, and it's an infield single for Brandt. Well, it took a good bounce to Cruz. He didn't handle it cleanly. Either way, it's an infield single, and Brandt is aboard for the first base runner of the inning for the Flyers. And this brings up Sean Sweeney. Sweeney, the DH today, hitting .239 on the year, 5 extra base hits. He's driven in 3 runs. And takes low for ball 1. St. Dom's expecting the bunt. Their third baseman, Lucian Sincere, creeps in at third. Short lead off of first by Brandt. And the 1-0, wave and a miss at a changeup for a ball and a strike. Well, in the first game, we didn't see the first hit of the day until the 4th inning. Fakes the bunt, Butcher Boy play, chopper to third, and Sincere picks it up in foul territory. And Frederick ahead in the count, 1-2. Chaminade, the defending champs, looking to get off on the right foot. And time called at the plate. These two split during the regular season. St. Dominic knocking off Chaminade 10-1, and then Chaminade taking the second game 7-2. And that's why there was so much parity in spots 1 through 5. There were a lot of splits. Mike Pianco saying that even if you reached outside of Long Island, the city teams have been fantastic as well. 1-2, served foul behind the plate. Brandt, the runner at first, has good speed. Infield and double play depth. And time called again at the plate as Sweeney just tries to disrupt the timing of Frederick. Comes a 1-2. And that smash foul behind the plate again. Sweeney getting the start at the DH spot today. But like so many of the Chaminade players, very versatile in the outfield, but his bat is what keeps him in the lineup. Originally a corner infielder, used in the outfield spots as well. 1-2, in the dirt, skips through the legs of Garrett and goes to the backstop as Brandt takes second on the wild pitch. And so now Chaminade with the go-ahead run in scoring position. And the count even at 2-2. Big hole on the right side for the right-handed hitting Sweeney. 2-2 pitch. Hit that way. To his left is Cole Cruz. Up with it. Fires to first. Productive out for Sweeney as Brandt moves over to third. And there's 2 away for Joe Chanis.
Second baseman, number 3, Joseph Chanis.
Go-ahead run now 90 feet away for Chanis. One of 2 Chanises at the bottom of the lineup. Joe the senior hitting .237. Someone who has exemplified timely hitting, says his head coach. Rips this to short, burns up with it, slings to first, and the inning is over. Frederick works around the 1-out infield single and blanks the Flyers in the second. Let's go to the third. We're scoreless. St. Dom and Chaminade on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Looking for an elite travel team right here in Nassau County? Then look no further than Long Island Elite. Perks include field access for practice, local and regional events including PBR and Perfect Game, facility use, winter workouts, all under one roof at Common Sense Baseball. Sign up today by texting 516-900-2479 or email longislandelitebaseball@gmail.com. Common Sense Baseball is the premier baseball facility on Long Island. Located in Westbury, CSB offers private or group training lessons on top of cage rentals for your team, baseball or softball, as well as summer camps and college recruitment videos. Visit them today at 75D Rushmore Street in Westbury or online at Common Sense Baseball on Instagram or on commonsensebaseball.com.
Back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, the Flyers supporter section is out in full force today. They see their team scoreless with St. Dominic here at Farmingdale State College. Tom Garrett will lead things off for St. Dominic, 8-9-1 due up for the Bayhawks. And Chaminade had a runner at third and 2 outs, and Joe Chanis grounded out to second to keep it scoreless. If we learned anything from the first game and the rest of the playoffs, scoring will be at a premium as Garrett, the catcher, takes on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Garrett, the 2-year varsity starter, hit over 300 last year and has a cannon behind the plate, which is a big reason why we didn't see Chaminade put their runners in motion. Wave and a miss, 0-2. How about this for a stat? Thomas has thrown out 50% of base runners that have run on him this year. Someone who will be taking his talents somewhere, though nothing official. Sprayed foul off to the left side. And someone who's hitting in the 8th spot today, but Joe Fusco saying could easily put him in the 2-hole. Breaking ball just misses inside. As Carroll gets confirmation that it missed in. 1-2, carved foul off to the left side. Garrett seen as the Swiss Army knife. Trying to spark something for St. Dom's. And pops it foul, out of play again. One, two. Just got a piece of it. And a good at-bat by Garrett. And Garrett calls time again. Both of these teams trying to disrupt the rhythm of their opposite starting pitcher. Carroll's ready, 2-2 pitch. Poked to the left side, one hop, Cervoni charges, slings it across the diamond, one away.
The third baseman, number 26.
Fifth ground out for the first 8 batters that Carroll has faced, and this brings up the number 9 hitter, Lucien Sincere. Sincere, the starting third baseman, dealt with a ton of nagging injuries in the beginning of the year. So Fusco said that he didn't want to throw him into the fire, wanted to wait until he got healthy. Only freshman on the team. And when he came on for St. Dominic against Manhasset in his first game of the year, he went 5 for 5. 2-0. Down and in. And it's 3-0. And Sincere takes all the way, and that misses low for ball 4. So 4 straight out of the zone. Second walk issued by Carroll. And the Bayhawks have a 1-out base runner for their leadoff hitter, Mikey Burns. Burns grounded out to second base his first time up, officially 0 for 1. Carroll pumps in a strike on the fastball at the knees. Checks the runner, now comes home, squids off the glove of Chanis, and that allows Sincere to go up to second. It's one thing both teams will take advantage of, is the very large backstop behind the plate. Not to say that they wouldn't be running if they were playing in their normal friendly confines, but you could take 2 bases at Farmingdale State if you get the right bounce. Bends in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Burns, a senior from Huntington. 340 on the year. Chops it foul off to the left side. Carroll peering in at the sign as Burns starts to choke up the pitch. Floated foul. And we'll do it again. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Scoreless, top of the third. Here's the pitch. And Carroll misses high and away. To even the count up at 2-2. This will be it for Burns' baseball career, at least at the school level. And there's a swing and a miss, opting not to play in college. Second strikeout for Carroll, and there's 2 away, and that'll bring up Jordan Yanoa. With a junior. Takes a sweeper inside, 1-0. Flew out to center his first time up. 1-0. At the knees for a strike, 1-1. Second time in 2 innings that St. Dom's has a runner at second with 2 outs. Pitch. Hit in the air, right center field. See if it hangs up for Sweeney. It does. And Carroll is through 3 scoreless innings here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Show up at the games, make sure we're present, work with great players and great families. That's the most important piece of this whole operation. And then, be good evaluators, tell families the truth, and then find them a fit at the college level and make sure that we're always open and available for communication. And at the end of the day, we want to simplify and maximize the recruiting process for each of our players.
Common Sense Baseball is the place to take your game to the next level. With a 10,000 square foot facility fully equipped with 3 high-speed hack attack machines and Rapsodo technology, Common Sense Baseball will help sharpen your 5 tools. Send them a DM on Instagram or contact them online at commonsensebaseball.com to start your private or team training session today.
Back here at Farmingdale State, we're scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And if you're loving the coverage here, well, Varsity Media can help bring your game to life with announcers, instant replay, multiple camera angles, along with graphics, which is great for rivalry games, senior day, or just the general promotion of your team. Be sure to follow, and you can contact us on social media at Varsity Media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or contact us to book a sportscast by dialing 516-403-2050 or visit varsitymedia.net. Victor Frederick, the Bayhawks ace, back out on the bump to start the bottom of the 3rd inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Flyers as they had Matt Brandt at third base with 2 outs, and Joe Chanis grounded out to short to end the inning.
Leading off for Chaminade, the catcher, number 22, Thomas Chanis.
So Chanis steps up to the plate, the senior, hitting 200 on the year. Caught every inning of every game so far this year. Taking advantage of all the playing time. Was stuck behind Brian Heckelman last year. And hits it on the ground at third. Sincere charging in, makes the play, and there's one away. Well, he tried the old Butcher Boy play. Sincere with good reactions. And the freshman throws out the senior for out number 1. So that'll roll over the lineup, and here's Michael Sweeney. Grounded out to Frederick, right back to the box, his first time up. Sincere with good hands continues to creep in at third. As Frederick gets the right grip, here's the 0-1. Slammed into the ground, foul. And Frederick ahead, 0-2. Mentioned earlier, these two teams split during the regular season in 2 one-sided games. 0-2 pitch, that's upstairs. The ball and 2 strikes. Wind starting to blow in from right. 1-2 coming. on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Second punch out for Frederick. And there's 2 away in the third. We'll take another look. Right on the edge. Strike 3 called. So here's Katzman, the other strikeout victim, his first time up, 0 for 1. Waves through a fastball. Count 0-1. Frederick ready to go, and the pitch. On the ground is short. Burns. And the inning is over. Couple of groundouts and a strikeout. And Frederick with 3 scoreless innings of his own. It's St. Dominic and Chaminade NSCHSAA playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
For me, it starts before they ever sign up with us. Player evaluation is at the heart of everything that we do. So we're going to evaluate players. We're going to make sure, number one, that they're a fit for CSA. Number two, that we have a philosophical agreement as far as how we see the recruiting process playing out. We have guys who have aspirations of playing at the Division I level, but we're going to make sure that we're really realistic and that we understand Division II and Division III are tremendous programs, and we're all on the same page about where we think that player fits at the college level. From there, obviously they come on board and we really individualize it. At the end of the day, everybody's timing is going to be different, certainly based on the type of schools that are going to recruit them, but also, given their grad year and the skill set. So we're going to make sure that we have a really good plan in place.
Back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, it's a scoreless game in the top of the 4th inning, and if you're looking to get to the next level, Varsity Media can help you with your college recruiting video, offering custom editing effects to help you stand out. You get the choice of music, and we'll send you a link for college coaches. Help land a spot on the team and saving money with that scholarship money. Contact 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. First pitch skied foul off to the right side as Matt Cruz behind in the count, 0-1. You see all those cars out there, and you got to make sure that you're parked just far away. Of course, it's a real shot down the line, or down the right field line if the car does get hit. I had the pleasant surprise this morning of having a cracked windshield because a branch fell on my car. Not that anybody out there cares, but if anyone knows a good screen guy, contact Jeff Turchin. We'll get in touch. No score, top 4, a ball and a strike to Cruz. And he rips that foul off to the right side. And Carroll ahead 1-2. Cruz walked and was stranded at second his first time up. The wind blows out to left. The pitch. Tried the backdoor curveball, couldn't get the call. Two. Carved in the air out to right field. Boschnagel, his first opportunity, makes the catch in stride. One down in the 4th. As that brings up Vinny Dioso. Dioso grounded out his first time up, the Palm Beach State commit. Someone with .430 a year ago and was all-league player as a junior. The league honors will come out after the playoffs. But hard to imagine that Dioso would not be on that team. Someone who's got a lot of power and can go gap to gap. Hits this one on the ground to third. Cervoni, 2 gone. So Carroll being economical and pitching to contact. as that'll bring up Victor Frederick. Frederick, a ground out to Matt Dieguez at short his last time up, 0 for 1. And swings through a curveball, 0 and 1. A 1 pitch, sits low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Carroll looking for his 4th victory of the year. That would move Chaminade into the winner's bracket and then face Holy Trinity tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Chaminade this year against Holy Trinity, splitting the series with the Titans. 6-3 win for the Titans in the beginning of the year, and then Chaminade won the second game 3-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3 called. Buckled the knees with the curveball, as that's the 3rd strikeout of the day for John Carroll. 3.5 played, we're scoreless. Bayhawks and Flyers on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
For me, it starts before they ever sign up with us. Player evaluation is at the heart of everything that we do. So we're going to evaluate players. We're going to make sure, number one, that they're a fit for CSA. Number two, that we have a philosophical agreement as far as how we see the recruiting process playing out. We have guys who have aspirations of playing at the Division I level, but we're going to make sure that we're really realistic and that we understand Division II and Division III are tremendous programs, and we're all on the same page about where we think that player fits at the college level. From there, obviously they come on board and we really individualize it. At the end of the day, everybody's timing is going to be different, certainly based on the type of schools that are going to recruit them, but also, given their grad year and the skill set. So we're going to make sure that we have a really good plan in place.
Bottom of the 4th inning, no score. As you see the crowd filtering in here. Been here since the first game ended between Holy Trinity and St. Anthony's. A 1-0 victory for Holy Trinity. St. Dominic looking to upset the higher seed and 2 seed Chaminade Flyers. As tomorrow at 7 o'clock will be St. Anthony's in Kellenberg, and the winner of this game taking on the Titans. Evan Boschnagel, who drew a walk his first time up, leads things off for the Flyers. 3-4-5 due up for Chaminade.
Right fielder, number 1, Evan Boschnagel.
Gorgeous day for baseball here on a Sunday afternoon. After a very enigmatic weather of a spring. As Boschnagel takes on the outside edge for a strike, it's 0-1. Boschnagel, like we mentioned, the power that he possesses in that bat, a league-leading 6 home runs. Well, that misses low and away. And for those watching, of course, and just for full context, it was only 17 games played, so basically hit a home run every other game, or every 3 games. 1-1 pitch, wave and a miss. Took a home run hack there. Corner's playing back on Boschnagel, as is the rest of the outfield. 1-2 pitch. That skips outside. Count even, 2-2. Well, Frederick's somebody this year who leading the league, 5 wins, 66 strikeouts in 40 innings pitched coming into today. But only 2 strikeouts through the first 3+ innings. Count even at 2-2 to Boschnagel. The pitch poked right back up the middle. Burns fires, not in time. You can see the strength of Boschnagel. Got it to the end of the bat and was able to beat out the throw from Burns. And the second infield single for Chaminade, their second hit of the day, as this brings up Matt Dieguez. And St. Dominic's expecting the bunt. Dieguez grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. And takes the first pitch in the dirt, skips past Garrett, but no advancement by Boschnagel. And the count just 1-0. Boschnagel with good speed, but of course, you have to think about the arm that Garrett possesses, and Boschnagel respecting that. Sincere pinches in at third, expecting the bunt to the number 4 hitter Dieguez and a throw over to first. And Boschnagel slides back safely. Like we mentioned, Garrett behind the plate throwing out 50% of base runners this year. We'll see if the Flyers are aggressive. 1-0 count to Dieguez. Sitting .444 on the year. Takes inside, gets hit. And the first 2 men reach base for the Flyers, and that'll bring up Mike Cervoni. And this will bring out the head coach Joe Fusco. Talk to his pitcher. And he'll bring in the rest of the infield as well. As a critical juncture of this game, trying to keep a good Chaminade offense off the board. So Fusco really challenging his ace to get out of it, but also setting up his defense. Of course, we'd like to thank our title sponsor for the game, Catholic Health. It's been a proud supporter of Varsity Media and helping us bring the coverage today of the NSCHSAA baseball playoffs. Two ducks on the pond for Chaminade. Boschnagel the runner at second. Dieguez off of first. Here's Mike Cervoni, who grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. Flyers looking to break through in a pitcher's duel on a Sunday afternoon in the NSCHSAA playoffs. Frederick. It's bunted foul off to the right side. Didn't stay up long enough for Diozo to make a play, and the count is 0-1. Mike Pienkos trying to set it up for one of his hotter hitters in Matt Brandt, right behind Cervoni. As Diozo pinches in from first. See if they run the wheel play as well. That's something that St. Dominic has done in the past, but with the defensive alignment, you could see Diozo, the first baseman, pinching in a little bit. But the second baseman, Cole Cruz, way off to the right side. Wheel play, usually the second baseman runs to third. 1-1. That floats outside again. And the count 2-1. So Boschnagel with good speed off of second. And a good hitter's count to Cervoni. See if Pienkos keeps the bunt on. St. Dominic'S is expecting it. As he squares around. pulls it back and hits it in the air out to center. This is Yanoa. Yanoa makes the catch as he calls off Burns. And a king-size first out induced by Frederick, one away.
The first baseman, number 18, Matthew Brandt.
Third time we've seen Chaminade pull back the bunt and swing away. And this will bring up Matt Brandt. And a double play would get Frederick out of it. Brandt, an infield single his last time up, went to second on a wild pitch and was stranded at third after a ground out by Joe Chanis. Frederick, the best statistical pitcher in the league. In trouble here in the fourth. And just misses outside for ball one. An ERA of under 1. 0.5 on the season. But in a hot spot here. And in the playoffs, you could throw those stats out the window. Throws a fastball by Brandt, and the count is 1-1. Boschnagel, that all-elusive run off of second base to Brandt. He's got 3 extra base hits on the season. 1-1 pitch. Rolled on the ground to second. Cruz goes to second for one. Burns the turn. Not in time. It skips off the glove of Dioso. Coming home is Boschnagel with the first run. And Chaminade breaks through. Joe Fusco comes out. Not sure about the slide at second base is what he's asking about. Either way, Chaminade leads it 1-0. I'm not sure if we have it on the replay if Burns was disrupted on his throw. But either way, Boschnagel comes in to score, and Chaminade takes a 1-0 lead. And let's take another look as that skips off the glove of Dioso. And so now Fusco will have the 2 umpires speak to each other about it. But nothing's going to change, and of course, even though we're streaming the game, it's not an official replay. And it really just comes down to if the other umpire had a better angle at it. So 1-0 the lead for Chaminade as they look for more. And here's Sean Sweeney, 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out to second. And a pitch low and away, 1-0. So Brandt pushing Chaminade through. And that hits the inside corner, and the count is 1-1. Sweeney, somebody who usually the leadoff hitter, but hitting in the 7-hole today for Chaminade. And just looking up and down the lineup, Pienko's with plenty of good problems to have and embarrassment of riches and talent. 2-1 coming. Smacked up the middle, and that's a base hit. Brandt moves up to second as Sweeney picks up his first hit of the day. And the Flyers with runners on first and second and 2 down for Joe Chanis.
Second baseman, number 3, Joe Chanis.
And so a courtesy runner now for Chaminade at second base. Yeah, as that's Sean Todd, the junior outfielder. So here's Chanis. Chanis 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out. Chaminade is starting to figure out Frederick, something that so few teams have done this year. First pitch to Chanis. Glide tie for ball 1. So Brandt the runner at second, Todd the runner at second, Sweeney at first. Poked into right field, it'll fall fast and go foul. And the count even at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning, a 1-0 lead for Chaminade. Hit in the air, shallow right, going out is Cruz. Coming in is Matt Cruz, and Matt Cruz calls off Cole Cruz to make the play and end the inning. But Chaminade punches a run through on the fielder's choice, and Boschnagel comes around to score. And at the end of 4 innings, it's a 1-0 lead for Chaminade in the NSCHSAA Baseball Playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Common Sense Baseball is the premier baseball facility on Long Island. Located in Westbury, CSB offers private or group training lessons on top of cage rentals for your team, baseball or softball, as well as summer camps and college recruitment videos. Visit them today at 75D Rushmore Street in Westbury or online at Common Sense Baseball on Instagram or on commonsensebaseball.com. Be a part of the premier travel baseball program in Nassau County by joining Long Island Elite Travel Teams. Elite Baseball offers a reliable organizational structure with tiers of teams between 11 and 17 years old. Elite Baseball provides experienced and knowledgeable coaches that help players grow in a competitive, fair, and respectful environment. To sign up, text the number below at 516-900-2479 or email longislandelitebaseball@gmail.com.
Back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, top of the 5th inning, a 1-0 lead for Chaminade, and today's game is sponsored by Common Sense Baseball as well as College Sports Advisors. We'd like to thank both of our sponsors as well as Catholic Health, the title sponsor for today's game and coverage of this game. As Cole Cruz will lead it off in the 6th inning. In the 5th inning, he's in the 6 hole. And takes a pitch that misses, 1-0. Cruz a ground out to short his first time up. And it takes downstairs for ball 2. Cruz, the second baseman, against Carroll, and some action in the Flyers bullpen. I have to see if this could be one of the last innings for Carroll. Six, 7, 8 due up for St. Dominic, now trailing 1-0. And on the ground to short, Diego's up with it, fires to first in time for the first out. That's the 3rd assist now for Diego's. And that'll bring up Dan Lambertson as see some stirring in the bullpen. That's Antonio Tofano, the left-hander, on the right side, and Giacomo Travaglia, the senior, as well. as Lambertson has thrown 4 1/3 hitless innings. And the first pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. The count. And that pitch misses outside. To Lambertson, who struck out his first time up. Chopper to the right side. Joe Chanis charges, flips to first, and then a collision afterwards as Brandt comes together with Lambertson, and not the best footwork by Brandt at first base, but he holds on. And there's 2 away. A scary collision here coming across the bag for Brandt. As Pienkos comes out, check on his first baseman. Of course, you want to make sure that everything is okay. And so Pienkos and Brandt gets the A-OK. Of course, Brandt, one of those players that you have to drag off the field. And Pienkos now, 4 decades plus experience, knows his teams better than anybody else. Two up, 2 down, and here's Tom Garrett, the catcher for the Bayhawks. Takes a spinner in for a strike, 0-1. Garrett 0 for 1. He grounded out to third. His first time up. Takes a jab at a bunt. And misses, and Carroll ahead, 0-2. Carroll's only faced 2 over the minimum through the first 4 2/3. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Floated down the left field line. Katzman gives chase in foul territory. Dives but can't make the play. Aiden Katzman with a good effort, but there's just a lot of room to run. And didn't stay up long enough. And the count stays at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Carroll trying to get through 5. The pitch. And that's floated foul behind the plate again. Carroll works quickly, and a setup pitch misses low and away. Carroll's been in a groove, and the 1-2 over to Dieguez. Almost automatic as Dieguez makes the play, and Carroll's through 5 hitless innings here in the NSCH SAA playoffs presented by Varsity Media.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you, because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body, because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Top of the 5th inning here at the gorgeous Farmingdale State College, and of course today's game is sponsored by College Sports Advisors. CSA is a full-time baseball advisory service focusing on the specific needs of players to ensure them the best college baseball opportunity. From the initial assessment of your skills to curating your target college list, we work with you every step of the way. CSA's strong track record with college coaches stems from their ability to assess talent and determine an appropriate level of play for each student athlete. Their services is all-encompassing, and most importantly, they devise a strategy unique for each player to achieve success and ultimately find the fit for their future. Well, the future is bright for Victor Frederick as well. Only giving up a run on 3 hits through 4 innings as he deals to the bottom of the order for the Flyers. Thomas Chanis to lead things off, 9-1-2. Frederick, the dominant two-way player, the junior from Huntington, gets ready to deal to Chanis. Frederick, a year ago, called up by the varsity, but was used mostly out of the pen. As Joe Fusco saying that he wanted him to take a step back, to take 2 steps forward, and really mold him into the dominant pitcher that he's been today. And has been strong against a very good Chaminade lineup. Here's the 1-0. Poked foul behind the plate. Count 1-1. Frederick looking for the right grip. Here's the 1-1. Curveball socked in the air to center field. It'll hang up for Yanoa. And Chanis is retired to begin the 5th for Frederick.
The center fielder, number 5, Michael Sweeney.
So this brings up Michael Sweeney, the captain for the Flyers. Someone who Mike Pienko says is the hardest worker on the team. Not a rah-rah guy, but leads by example. Chops the first pitch foul towards his own dugout, 0-1. Sweeney, a ground out and a strikeout in 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 2. Infield, outfield, straight up. As Frederick out of the windup. Comes home with the 0-1. Low and away for a ball and a strike. Third baseman Sincere playing off the line behind the bag. Cut on and missed. And Frederick ahead, 1-2. Frederick works quickly. The 1-2 stays high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Michael Sweeney has played basically every position for Chaminade throughout his 3-year tenure. 2-2 coming. Breaking ball smacked in the air, foul territory, right side towards the Dom's dugout, and it doesn't stay up for Garrett or Diozo. Like we said, a lot of room to run. The ball has to hang up. And with the wood bats, that's just not going to happen. Sun starting to get ensconced by the clouds above. It's a beautiful day of baseball. 2-2. Check swing foul and in front of the plate. Second game of 2 today, and then 2 tomorrow evening. 4 and 7 o'clock right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Sweeney doesn't bite at the sweeper. And a good job by Mike Sweeney to run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Another windup. Frederick on the outside corner, got him looking. Fooled him with a fastball. That's his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon, and there's 2 down in the 5th. Well, Frederick, you could see, be very deliberate, taking his time, and then paints the corner for K number 3. Here's Aiden Katzman. Chops the first pitch to third. Sincere up with it. Fires to first, and Fredericks through 5. A 1-0 lead for Chaminade as we go to the 6th. You're watching the NSCHSAA Baseball Playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
John Carroll back out on the mound as he has a 1-0 lead at his back. And, of course, if you're watching this game and want to bring your game to life, Varsity Media can help you with that. With our Varsity Media Sportscast coming with announcers, instant replay, multiple camera angles, graphics, which are great for rivalry games, senior day, and general promotion of your team. Reach out on social media or contact us today, 516-403-2050, or visit varsitymedia.net. The Flyers with a 1-0 lead. They've got all the runs and all the hits as Carroll begins inning number 6 with a fastball that stays high and away for ball 1. Lucian Sincere, the number 9 hitter who walked and was stranded at second base, leads things off. 9-1-2 up against Carroll, who's faced 2 over the minimum and darts 2 fastballs outside to begin the at-bat to Sincere. Sincere originally supposed to be the starting shortstop. Moved over to third base. Takes a fastball right down the middle for a strike, 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That just misses low, and it's 3-1. Just to remind everybody, John Carroll came into the game with only 7 innings on the year. This is chopped right back to the mound, and he's now completed 5 1/3 innings after the ground out of Sincere.
The shortstop, number 1.
So that brings up Mikey Burns. Burns 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. And the first pitch taken low for ball 1. Burns, the senior from Huntington. Right down the middle. And the count 1-1. Someone who's been seen as the glue guy this year for the Bayhawks. Trying to spark a rally. And floats it foul down the right field line, 1-2.
Please make sure that ball is returned as well, please. Thank you very much.
Carroll ready to go, pitching from the third base side of the rubber. 1-2 pitch. Carved foul off to the left side. And what a performance by Carroll so far. Quite frankly, all 4 of the starting pitchers that we've seen so far today. Only 2 combined runs between the 2. And there's a swing and a miss for the 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Carroll. And there's 2 away in the 6th.
The center fielder, number 21, Jordan Yanoa.
Here's Jordan Yanoa. Takes a curveball for a strike, 0-1. Infield, outfield, straight up. Carroll moves quickly. And that's chopped foul on the right side. And Carroll a strike away from getting through the 6th. It's been John Carroll's world as he gets ready with the 0-2. Popped up, foul territory, left side, giving chases Cervoni and Chanis, and it reaches the seats. Carroll, 4 strikeouts, a couple of walks through 5 2/3 hitless innings. Here's the 0-2. That's pumped foul again. And Jordan Unoa, a tough guy to strike out. Flew out to center field both times up. 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to the right side. Brandt's up with it, and the inning is over. 6 no-hit innings for John Carroll. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Flyers take a 1-0 lead, looking for insurance against St. Dominic in the NSCHSAA baseball playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you, because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body, because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Bottom of the 6th inning, a 1-0 lead for Chaminade over St. Dominic here at Farmingdale State College. Victor Frederick back out on the mound. And of course, we would love to have you join our team. Let Varsity Media help promote your business at affordable rates, customizable packages to fit any budget, and will help grow your brand through our sportscast or social media with over 50,000 followers all across our social media platforms, as well as over the last month reaching 150,000 followers on Instagram. Contact us today, 516-403-2050, or email Ben Turchin at ben@varsitymedia.net. So good to see all the clergymen and the fathers in attendance as well. That's the St. Dom's side, hoping to see a rally from their team in the 7th inning. A 1-0 lead for Chaminade, as it'll be Evan Boschnagel, Matt Dieguez, and Mike Cervoni, the heart of the order, 2, 3, 4, due up for Chaminade. A 1-0 lead for the Flyers, as they have all the runs and all the hits. And here's Boschnagel, who came around to score on the fielder's choice and the error in the 4th inning. That's been the lone run. 2 combined runs so far through the first 2 games of the day today, as Boschnagel takes low from Frederick. Count 1-0. Well, we know what Carroll's cooking on the other side, but Frederick has been efficient as well, just allowing the run on 3 hits. He struck out 3 batters as well, and only 1 walk, and pours in a strike, 1-1. Boschnagel's been kept in the ballpark, although hit the ball hard his last time up to the first baseman, Diozo. Sweeper stays inside. Count 2-1. Frederick gets the grip. 2-1. Chopped foul off to the left side. And the count even at 2-2 to Boschnagel. Team leader in extra base hits and RBIs. Someone who had to scratch and claw his way into the lineup last year. And it was his bat that got him to do so. And timeout called at the plate. Two balls, two strikes, nobody out. Last half of the sixth, the pitch. Skied foul behind the plate, and we'll do it again. Frederick on top of pitching in the very good Catholic League, also picked up non-victory wins too against Connecticut. First time Fusco saw him was when Frederick was a freshman on the varsity team, and of course called up a year ago, worked out of the bullpen, eventually into the rotation, and has been a stud since. Boschnagel skies this into foul territory. Cole Cruz, the second baseman, makes the grab, and Boschnagel's retired for the first out in the sixth.
Shortstop.
As this will bring up Matt Dieguez. Dieguez was hit by a pitch and then erased on the fielder's choice his last time up. Grounded out to short his first time up. I think 444 coming into today. But the bats have been limited for Chaminade, who are 3 outs away from taking on Holy Trinity tomorrow at 4 p.m. One 0 pitch, skips low, 2-0. For St. Dominic in the bottom of the inning, they'll have, in the top of the 7th inning, will have their heart of the order. Matt Cruz, Vinny Diozzo, and Victor Frederick. Presumably against John Carroll, who's 3 outs away from completing the no-hitter. Frederick agrees on the sign. Here's the 3-0. And a fastball misses outside, ball 4. And Chaminade has a 1-out base runner. Second walk of the afternoon for Frederick, as this brings up Mike Cervoni.
The third baseman, number 13, Michael Cervoni.
Cervoni hitless in 2 at-bats today, a ground out and a fly out. We've not seen Chaminade test the arm of the catcher Garrett, and Dieguez, as fast as anybody in the league, with a big lead off of first. Slide step and a fastball nicks the outside corner, 0-1. See Dieguez taking that lead, not too big of a lead. Frederick quick to the plate. And a throw over. And Dieguez gets back safely. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-0 lead for Chaminade. Back-to-back throws, it skips up the line, and Dieguez will take an extra base or 2. He makes the turn at second. Matt Dieguez cashes in, takes 2 extra bases, and Chaminade's insurance run is 90 feet away. Frederick committing the first error of the day, and there's Dieguez. And when he's in 4th gear, you can't throw him out. And now the infield comes in for St. Dom's. Chaminade looking for more. They lead at 1-0. And the pitch off the back of Cervoni. And that'll put runners on the corners.
number 18, Matt Brandt.
So this brings up Matt Brandt. Brandt, with runners on the corners, the middle infielders have to play back, looking for the double play. First pitch, skied in the air behind the plate. Garrett sheds the mask, makes the attempt, but can't track it down, and it's strike one. Victor Frederick, so close to getting that big second out. But Brandt is alive. 1 for 2 on the day and an infield hit. And some action stirring in the St. Dom's bullpen as well. A 1 bunt pulled back, and the count 1-1. Luke Lang, the sophomore, warming up. In the bullpen, third on the team in ERA. Someone who Fusco says has a D1 arm, only a sophomore. We'll see if this is the last batter for Frederick. 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to second. This could be 2. Cruz to Burns, on to first in time. Just what the doctor ordered. A 4-6-3 double play gets Frederick through the 6th inning. And boy, did St. Dominic need that in the worst way. Cruz to Burns to Dioso. And now the Bayhawks look to rally against John Carroll when we return on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Here at Farmingdale State College, that tells the story right there as John Carroll looks to move his team on to the next round, and certainly dealing with some history as well, looking to complete the no-hitter for the Flyers. And he'll deal to the heart of the order. It'll be Matt Cruz to lead it off for St. Dominic. He flew out to right his last time up, walked in the first inning. Carroll has retired 11 in a row, and the Flyer faithful know what's at stake. And the first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Matt Cruz, the stud, just looking to get on base. Hits a slow roller left side, and that goes foul as Carroll calls everybody away, 0-2. Joe Fusco says the first time he remembers Cruz, because he coaches travel ball, saw him in an Atlantic City tournament as that's lined foul down the left side. He had coached a couple of Cruz's former teammates, and eventually one summer, one of those teammates asked Cruz asked about playing with Fusco, and then that message was relayed, and Fusco said, yeah, come on over. And he's come on over to St. Dom's as well. 0-2 pitch. Floated foul behind the plate as Carroll ahead in the count, 0-2. And like we mentioned earlier in the game, that Carroll came into today with a 3-0 record, but only pitched in 7 innings combined. He's usually the closer. Looks to close it out here, the 0-2. Skittered foul off to the right side. And Cruz really seeing the ball well off of Carroll. Infield, outfield, straight up. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just outside. And the count 1-2. Carroll with 4 strikeouts through 6+ innings. Looking for another one. Just a tad outside again. Carroll ready to go. 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air out to right center field. Giving chase is Boschnagel. Under it, makes the catch, and there's one away.
The first baseman, number 5, Vincent Dioso.
So a large first out. And now Pienkos is going to come out and pull his starter, Carroll, who wanted to go the full way. But Pienkos is going to pull him, and the ovation now for Carroll. 6 1/3 no-hit innings. And so close to pitching the Flyers into the winner's bracket to take on Holy Trinity. He has been exceptional, Carroll, today. And deservedly so. We'll take a quick break as Chaminade looks to close it out when we come back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see a region that lives, feels, and pulses with energy. But before it all, we see you. Because it's your lives that breathe life into this island. At Catholic Health, we're able to provide the highest quality, most innovative care for your body because our culture cherishes your humanity. Long live Long Island.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
James D'Alessandro looks to close it out for the Flyers. Coming on in a save situation and looks to lock down the final 2 outs against St. Dominic to set up a match with Holy Trinity tomorrow at 4 o'clock. John Carroll was sensational. 6 1/3 no-hit innings. He walked 2 and struck out 4. And leaves 2 outs short of attempting the no-hit bid. Mike Pienkos pulled him. What you could assume is a matchup thing, too. It's only a 1-0 game. So you want to make sure that you go against the 3 and 4 hitters with a full deck and a full arsenal in D'Alessandro. And while you're here, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/Varsity Media. And follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Varsity Media. Of course, everybody, and yours truly included, would have loved to have seen the no-hit attempt, but he's looking to play for another league title. And, of course, if it was a 5-0 game or a 4-0 game, you let Carroll go. But Diozo and Frederick representing the tying and go-ahead run as they step up to the plate. And the first pitch hits the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. D'Alessandro misses low for ball 1. D'Alessandro 3 saves on the year. 0.00 ERA. As he struck out 9 batters. in 6 1/3 innings of work. Comes a 1-1 pitch. Popped up, foul territory. Let's see if Chanis has a play on it. And it goes out of play. And the count 1-2, and that fan almost had it. Shrugs it off. Guess the ball made its way back into the dugout. Vinny Diozzo 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of groundouts to the third baseman Michael Cervoni, who's playing back and hugging the line. 1-2 coming. Splash foul off to the right side, and we'll do it again. Diozzo and Frederick, the last two batters that Chaminade is hoping to face. There's a 1-2 pitch. Little tapper left side, charged by Cervoni, gloves, fires to first, in time, just ahead of the slide. And Chaminade 1 out away from moving on and facing Holy Trinity.
The pitcher, number 24, Victor Frederick.
Good job holding the bag by Brandt as we take another look. And the cannon and hose from Cervoni to get the out. Victor Frederick, the last hope for St. Dominic. As Chaminade looks to complete the combined no-hitter and move on and face Holy Trinity. And the first pitch from D'Alessandro upstairs for ball 1. Frederick a ground out and a strikeout in 2 at-bats. 1 of 4 strikeouts for D'Alessandro. 1-0. At the knees for a strike, 1-1. 13 straight hitters retired since the walk in the 3rd inning for St. Dominic. 1-1 pitch. That grooves a little low, 2-1. Dieguez and Chanis, the middle infielders, playing on the edge of the infield-outfield grass. 2-1 from D'Alessandro. Up and in. And it's 3-1. Cole Cruz would be next. He looms on deck. And a 3-1 count upcoming against Frederick. Coming. Smacked on the ground to third. This could do it. Cervoni pumps, fires to first. In time! It's a combined no-hitter for the Chaminade Flyers as they win it 1-0 and set up a rematch with the Holy Trinity Titans. John Carroll started it. James D'Alessandro finish it off as Chaminade wins it 1-0 over St. Dominic. And what a win for the Flyers today. Their pitching and defense stands tall. They retire the final 14 batters after the walk in the 3rd inning. The speed on the base paths helps Chaminade as Evan Boschnagel scores the only run for Chaminade. And there is the man of the day, John Carroll, 6 1/3 no-hit innings, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts, pitching his team to the winner's bracket against Holy Trinity. What a great day of baseball, and we've got another one coming up next. That'll be tomorrow, starting at 4 o'clock. Holy Trinity and Chaminade, followed by St. Anthony's and Kellenberg. So that'll do it from Farmingdale State College. What a great day of baseball. This has been a presentation of the NSCHSAA Baseball Playoffs for our technical director, Ron Pierre, and Travis DeLuise, our cameraman. Executive producer is Ben Turchin. This is John Perez saying so long. This has been a presentation of the Varsity Media Sports Network.